Where Brian's career should die. I'll tell you the reason. He's threatened to take someone's house from him. My family's house. When my grandfather died a year ago. He's digging out dirt on my uncle, but probably digging out. That's not his business. I'm not the one digging out his protege's failure to pay rent. I doubt she paid rent. But if anyone deserves poverty, it's someone who ostracizes learning disabled. Who treats them like fucking dirt, like lepers. And say they should go back on the street. Oh, Keene, you're going down, dude. I'm not gonna give you a damn penny for what you own. You're not even worth a wooden nickel to me. If anything, I'd rather see my $20 bill lit up and burned before I buy a book of yours. So you're not worth the $20 I spent on a title. I'd rather buy that on a Lulu title or buy my own titles at cost. Where I work at Lulu, I get 90%, 89% royalties on what I make on Lulu.com. If you're a staff of a Lulu author, you're a heartless asshole. What kind of asshole are you? Who would be convinced by a former classmate that she'd rather buy your book? That's all she went to school with. Who's struggling to probably make it in the business. You're starting with someone who's disabled. You're a fuckhead. A plane rammer. A terrorist. A child molester. Someone who plagiarizes my eyes. You're lower than a plagiarist. So you want to fuck with someone who's an indie. Who speaks up for themselves. And the one who says, I'm mixing meds with alcohol. I really drink, you fuck. Also, they took me off Circle. I'm no longer on Circle, you asshole. You're saying I have a stroke. No. In 2008, 2009, I had Bell's palsy. I had right sense paralysis in my eye for 3 months. So, you want to make fun of someone who's been like that. You're a fuck. I never had a stroke. So, you're thinking I did. You're saying I had slurred speech. No. I have learning disability. You want to ostracize someone who's learning disabled? What kind of asshole are you? Do not buy any Brian Keene's titles. If you see his titles in a bookstore, treat it as a strip book. Tell the author, tell the bookstores to throw them away. Anyone who's pitching a movie of Brian Keene's, Chiller, if you're listening, I'm going to show you something that he's done that you may not want anything to do with him after you see it. He's threatened to burn my books at the Poe Museum. They're there. He says, quote unquote, when I go to the Poe Museum, I'm going to take your books and burn them. He's willing to burn books from a museum. He's willing to steal from a museum. What kind of amoral asshole does that? Especially when someone who wrote a story called The Carrie Homicide when he was the same age as his son. His son's a 24-year-old kid now. I'm about the same age he was when I wrote Ontario Nightfall. When I became known as running the goth community, I was just 25 years old. And what might piss Sherry Priest off now is what I said. I meant what I said. If I knew what she was going to say now of me on Facebook in 2014, if I knew she said that in 2014, back in 2003, she wouldn't be walking on God through me. I would have banned her. I wouldn't allow her to promote that fucking book of hers. If she's going to treat learning disabled like shit in my eyes. So if anyone who's connected to her, on her page, knowing I said this, go and unlike that bitch right now. She says she doesn't write well with others. She probably doesn't publish well with others either.